We're going to have to talk about the Kris Jenner party, too.
Okay, well, I want to know your thoughts on Meghan and Harry, not only being there, but then asking for the photos of them to be deleted.
Because they don't want people to feel that they're hobnobbing with the Kardashians. Like,
right, but so don't go.
I've met a couple times her ex-husband. I'm sure
Meghan's?
Yes, I met him like personally. Whatever, a while
Somebody
ago.
set you up.
We met in the lobby of the Soho House in Chicago and just sort of like flirted and then started talking and then met once in LA. Very briefly, we talked about doing a project. He said his ex was a woman from a show called Suits. I didn't know what the show was. I didn't know the woman. Months later, I see pictures in Us Weekly of Harry's dating someone and I text him to be like, is this your ex? And he's like, yup. I go, you think she's going to close? And he's like, oh, she'll close. And I don't want to get into more about that, but he was like, she'll close. So Meghan is trying to be so many different things.
The Daily Mail has once again crawled out of its dusty tabloid dungeon, clutching another so-called exclusive that's neither exclusive nor relevant, nor remotely journalistic, but absolutely dripping with desperation. Their latest circus act? Digging up Meghan Markle's ex-husband from 12 years ago and treating a decade-old divorce like it's a fresh political scandal. They've reached so far back into history, they're practically blowing cobwebs off VHS tapes. And the funniest part? They're packaging this reheated storyline as if the public has been sitting on the edge of their seats, breathlessly awaiting a comment from a woman who briefly flirted with Trevor Engelson in 2016. Nobody asked for this. Nobody needs it. And absolutely nobody with a functioning brain cell believes this is news. But the Daily Mail needs content, and when they can't attack Meghan's present, they slither back into her past like it's 2011 all over again. The article opens with Bethenny Frankel, yes, the Bethenny who built her brand on arguing on reality TV, suddenly positioned as the insider to Meghan Markle's marriage from over a decade ago. Let's put this into perspective. Meghan and Trevor divorced in 2014. Meghan has since married one of the most famous men alive, built a global philanthropic and media presence, moved continents, had 2 children, and launched multiple successful ventures. Trevor, for his part, is happily remarried and has moved on with his life entirely. Yet the Daily Mail thinks that interviewing a woman who once exchanged flirty messages with him 9 years ago qualifies as investigative journalism. This isn't a scoop. It's the tabloid equivalent of rummaging through someone's college dorm room hoping to find drama. And somehow they're proud of it. They cling to Bethenny's little anecdote about Trevor allegedly saying, "She'll close," as though Meghan was sealing a business merger instead of falling in love with her future husband. This entire framing exposes the tabloid fantasy they're trying to sell. The idea that Meghan's marriage to Prince Harry was some kind of strategic acquisition rather than a human relationship. Their misogyny always reveals itself in the way they talk about her. When a woman marries a man she loves, they call it calculated. When she has ambition, they call it scheming. When she moves on from a divorce peacefully, they call it cold. Meanwhile, men remarry every day without a single headline, casting doubt on their motives. Nobody said Prince William strategically closed the deal. Nobody said Kate Middleton secured her brand. It's only Meghan who is stripped of humanity and treated like a corporate strategist playing 4D chess. It's absurd, it's offensive, and it's the exact narrative the Daily Mail devours like it's Michelin-starred gossip. Then, as always, the Daily Mail slips in their favourite sport. blaming Meghan Markle for breathing. They subtly weave in these little insinuations designed to paint her as the villain. Oh, Meghan mailed her wedding rings back. Oh, Meghan ended the marriage suddenly. Oh, Meghan was ambitious. Oh, Hollywood pressure broke them. It's the same predictable pattern. They sprinkle tiny pieces of context-free information just strong enough to imply wrongdoing, but vague enough to avoid responsibility. The truth, the real truth, is simple. The marriage ended amicably. Neither party trashed the other, and the reasons were normal, adult reasons like distance and career changes. But tabloids can't handle Meghan being normal. They can't handle her being a complex, evolving woman who made choices that millions of people make every year. If Meghan is normal, then their 7-year smear campaign collapses overnight. So they twist, they distort, and they villainize. Because that's where the profit is. And the reason they're digging this deep, dragging ancient history into 2025 is painfully transparent. They cannot touch Meghan's present. Meghan today is too successful, too secure, too in charge of her own image, too protected, too respected. So what do? They go backward. They go prehistoric. They take a shovel and start scraping together crumbs from her pre-Harry era, hoping that something, anything, can be used to revive their favourite caricature of her. Meanwhile, they avoid discussing her thriving media projects, her secure business partnerships, her massive global influence, the millions she raises for charity, her impact in tech, her humanitarian achievements, her spotless public track record, her growing popularity in America, and her continued refusal to bow to the British press. That's why they regress to 2011 as if it's breaking news. It's not journalism, it's insecurity manifesting as nostalgia. Then comes the part where the Daily Mail tries to spin Bethany's claim about Meghan supposedly wanting photos deleted from Kris Jenner's birthday party. The logic here is hilarious. They actually expect people to believe Meghan Markle, a woman who has attended public events for nearly 2 decades, suddenly doesn't want to be seen at a Kardashian party, where cameras are practically oxygen. This is what happens when tabloids need drama but have no raw material. They take a perfectly normal, insignificant event, sprinkle it with suspicion, add dramatic edits, and suddenly we have Meghan hiding something headlines. The only thing Meghan seems interested in avoiding is toxic British press coverage. And honestly, that's just self-care. The article then pivots to Bethenny Frankel's recurring habit of critiquing Meghan, something she has turned into a mini-side career. Bethenny thrives on provocation, controversy, and loud opinions wrapped in performative sarcasm. She inserts herself into celebrity conversations to stay afloat in public relevance, and the Daily Mail uses her precisely because she is not credible, not connected to Meghan, and not bound by accuracy. She is the perfect vessel for anti-Sussex narratives, dramatic enough to trend, unfiltered enough to quote, and distant enough for tabloids to avoid accountability. Her past comments, including the infamous "Cry me a river" tweet, reveal her bitterness more than they reveal anything about Meghan. But the Daily Mail eats it up because their goal is not truth. Their goal is noise. And ultimately, this entire article exposes the Daily Mail's endgame. They cannot stop putting Meghan Markle on their front page. Even when she says nothing. Even when she does nothing. Even when she is living her private, peaceful life in California, raising her children, working on her projects, attending events quietly, and not mentioning her ex-husband in any capacity whatsoever. Meghan hasn't spoken about Trevor in over a decade. Trevor hasn't spoken about Meghan in years. Both have moved on. Yet, the Daily Mail refuses to let this 2011 marriage die because Meghan Markle is their most profitable character. Without her, engagement drops. Rage clicks drop. Their entire ecosystem trembles, so they recycle her history like a washing machine stuck on permanent spin cycle. And that brings us to the core truth. Meghan's past is not the scandal. Meghan's success is. The real story, the one the Daily Mail will never print, is that Meghan is thriving. She is respected internationally. She is building generational wealth. She is cultivating influence that tabloids cannot manipulate. She is living a peaceful life that they cannot invade. And she continues to rise despite every smear campaign, every fabricated headline, and every desperate attempt to pull her back into a narrative she outgrew years ago. Their obsession is not about who she was in 2011. Their obsession is about who she is in 2025. A powerful, unbothered, successful woman who walked away from their abuse and never looked back. Their panic is loud. Their reach is long. Their obsession is transparent. Their articles are fan fiction disguised as reporting. Meghan isn't going backwards. She isn't responding. She isn't breaking. She isn't flinching. She is thriving. And the louder the tabloids scream, the more obvious her success becomes.